the political class? Then you're looking for Sanity Check Saturday mornings on 94.3 FM The Talker.
Say what you want to say and let the words fall out. Honestly, I want to see you be brave. What you want to say.
For all of those out there that are going through this court nightmare and overwhelmed, totally overwhelmed with people calling. Yesterday, Michael, Pittsburgh, down in Montgomery County, Philadelphia, Luzerne County, Wilkes-Barre, Scranton. I don't know how many calls I got yesterday. I don't know what the reasoning was, but we got so many calls. And folks, you listen to 94.3 FM The Talker. This is Sanity Check, and if you want to join in on the conversation, feel free. But I think we're going to stay pretty much on the courts today. And when we do bring X on, probably next segment, we're going to talk a little bit more on those swaps, Michael, that just took place. And X wrote a fantastic piece, a little different take on why these swaps were made. So anyway, here we're in court, and the judge now rules that it can stay in open court for the litigant, the father that wants to try to hold on to his children and fight, has decided to go pro se. For those that are not familiar with that statement, pro se, he wants to represent himself because he felt as though the court-appointed lawyer was a putz, and he wasn't really representing him the way that he felt as though that he needed to be represented. So Judge Moyle was very, very really, I felt dotting her I's and crossing the T's and going through all the questions about, being pro se and or you want to be pro se and why you're going to be pro se and all these other things. And then finally, after quite some time, she grants that. She says, okay, now you could be pro se. The guy stands up, his lawyer, picks up his briefcase, the files, and walks out the door. So far, so good.
Took his file with him.
Took the kids' files with him, yes.
So,
all the files,
so
yes.
Now,
yeah, we're getting to that one,
Now
Frank.
the father defending himself doesn't even have his own file or what he's accused of.
Right. So the first thing that Judge Margie says to the individual is, okay, so now you're pro se. I am going to hold you to the same standards as I hold lawyers to. So, Michael,
is that legal?
I thought it was. I thought it was. Mike, I don't know. I mean, I've always thought that if you're going to represent yourself, that you need to be held to the same standards as lawyers do. I mean, Michael, you've been in court, or I don't know if you've seen pro se litigants, but do you have anything to add to that?
Well, I believe if you're a pro se, you have to follow the laws of the court. You can't just say, okay, I'm not, a lawyer, I'm not educated and such, therefore I get a substandard decision.
Correct.
So I think it is important that they are held to that standard. Certainly not, to have all the language correct, et cetera, but they do have to be responsible enough to represent.
That certainly, and certainly. That's how I understood it to be, and I want to let people know that I was very impressed with this young man, the way he conducted himself under, I would say, very trying circumstances. So the first thing he says